one.
You know you're a rapper, right? Trace the only rapper I know that tells me his timing is off.
Trace is the only rapper you know.
Right,
Tells you
Ches
his
is the
timing
only
up.
Ches is the only rapper I know that tells me his timing is off.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta rap like Silk the Shocker. Sometimes you gotta do.
I was just listening to a Mystical and Silk the Shocker song the other day.
Big up the Millers. You guys know how it go. But yes, I am Cheza. Beside me, we have,
Mr. Also Fly, where I'm going.
and beside he is,
The artist formerly known as GMTM.
and this is the Shot Club podcast. You know, where we like to talk shit and take shots. So first and foremost, hold on. Just because of what I just heard about the dog, we're gonna have to take this shot to him.
I'm gonna be a sober dog today.
Don't worry, you don't have to cheers anybody. So you
I'm
can
not.
cheers the screen without water. You don't have no water?
I have water.
And cheers up your water, man. Remember, you don't have to drink to have fun. Oops. See how I messed this all up.
Ah,
Oh.
ah, ah.
All right. First shot. Please put it up. Prayers up to DMX. The news does not look like it's going well.
His lawyer said he's breathing on his own.
No, that's the latest.
I thought that was false. I thought
that's the mix-up.
It was false.
The last thing that TMZ said was like the brain activity since like whatever happened when he OD'd and he got caught. What's it called? By the time they got to him, he lost oxygen in his brain for at least 30 minutes. So right now, his brain activity isn't that well, according to TMZ. So let's put this up to DX. Hopefully, everything goes well. Shots up. So
yeah.
Anything? How was everybody's week? David, seeing you're the one right here. How was your week, sir?
You're also right here. Trace is also right there.
I always start off the conversation. I feel like it'd be like very like arrogant for me to just be like, so guys, my week was like you guys could only, you know. I like to ask you guys first.
That's how you feel?
And then I can get to myself. It makes me feel like I'm not as arrogant as I am, you know? So David, how was your week?
My week was good, man. Dealing some back pain, but other than that, was able to see one of my friends, their daughter turned 16, and they got a lovely message from Shensia.
Big up.
Right? Able to enjoy some time with some friends, some family, and got some photos out the way for some pieces that I need to get maneuvered. You know what I mean? So it's all in all, it was a good week, besides the pain, but what can we do?
Well, and you, Mr. Trace, formerly known as GMTM.
Trying, man. It was a trying week, man. Just exhausted. It was one of those short weeks where it was just like you kind of needed that extra day just because of how stressful people are.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just want to go into like a long weekend and it just be like a joyous thing, but it's just kind of, I don't know, there's a lot of, the work was just this shit. So I just kind of needed this week just to be home and chill.
But did you at least have a short week? Like it was a short week because you had Friday. Did everybody have Friday off? Or David, do you have Friday off?
I have it off naturally, yeah, but I had it off because of my back and whatnot. But yeah,
Okay. See, yeah. My week was pretty basic. Nothing crazy. Working on, I want to do like a parenting podcast as well. So working on that.
Everybody beat your kids.
Everybody Beat Your Kids podcast. Oh, that'd be actually a dope name. I'd have to give David credit. Give him his royalties every episode.
Right. I take 3%. Not like all these other savages talk about 10.
I like how you negotiated yourself just now. I heard you go, I'll take 3%. He negotiated down for himself. You see that right away?
You know what, bro?
Good
My
businessman
bros
right
tell
there.
me, they tell me some things like, oh, if you use that, I'll take 10%. I look at them like, nah, I'll give you 0.5. Because your idea doesn't mean shit unless it's executed properly. So I'll take 3%, sir.
Truthfully, most people, if they go to you and they're like, I want 15
he didn't say
or
if it was
10%.
3% of the gross. He didn't say whether it was 3% of the gross or the net.
3% is better than 0%, bro.
It is.
Off an
Like,
idea.
Most people, if they jump on like saying like, oh, I'll take 10%, 20%, it's because they only believe that's the only idea you have.
Yeah.
Someone goes to you and they'll be like, yo, just give me 1% of that. Trust me, because they're waiting for the next thing. They want a little piece of that, but they're like, that next thing, if you keep on track from this, I want 2% of that one. And then after that, I want 5% of the next, you know? But
that's it.
People don't know.
Like I was watching F is for Family, right? And this lady, she made like their version of Tupperware on the show, right?
Yeah.
And she's taking a 1 cent royalty on every item sold. Like that's a stupid
very low.
thing.
That's very low.
But it was based in like the 50s, right? So again, at that time, stupid low. But she's a multimillionaire off of a stupid low royalty.
Yeah, because it's Tupperware. It moves. You know what I mean? It moves. So
you gotta know. You can't be too greedy. You can't be hungry. You can't be someone willing to just eat up everything. And that's what people's problem is. They just want everything. They don't know where they fit in. So
true.
Okay.
Lola said the salad dryer. Laugh.
Oh no, you got to use it right. It's the salad tosser. That's what it was called. The salad tosser, not the salad dryer.
Say it correctly.
You got to say it correctly. You're going to quote it and laugh at it. You got to say it right.
But yeah.
Trace's face.
I'm just trying not to be immature. That's all.
See,
so
David,
DMX.
Yeah. We'll go to that X because I was like, David, I could have had a wicked transition from what David said to something else, but we'll go to DMX. We'll go to DMX. All right. So
yes,
yo,
he's so wrong.
So you're saying that news first came out Friday? Why do I feel like it was just like yesterday?
Nah, Friday, bro.
That shit is crazy to me. Like, and to find out he OD'd. Like, I thought he was on the right path at the moment. I thought he just came back out of jail.
You know, X has too many demons, bro.
It's true, but still, like
that ain't no straight line to recovery. That's gonna be ups and downs. That's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
Like, this is something he's been fighting since he was like 13. Like, you have to remember, somebody put him on to crack without him knowing until it was too late.
Yeah, a mentor.
You know what I'm saying? So,
his mentor did that shit. That shit is nuts.
But you see how you can't trust everybody, right? And that's why he said in his Drink Champs interview, you gotta see people for who they are, right? It's too much to be trying to play the game like I'm going to be this many steps ahead of you, right? You got to trust for who people are and work it.
Then work from there.
Yeah, because if at that young age, if he learned that lesson and he knew who that cat was, right? DMX would have been a completely different dog, bro.
It's true. But he was looking up to dude, right? And especially at a young age, you don't learn that. No. You don't learn. You can't trust people. Like, you look up to someone, if he give you $1 here and there, he must like you.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, yo, just try this. Yeah, it's no problem.
Like that Bambaataa shit, right? How many cats trusted Bambaataa?
For 100%. Like
right?
his is even deeper because they haven't even really released
Nah,
like anything
and I
at all.
guarantee and I guarantee there's a lot of cats in the game right now currently doing that same Bambaataa shit.
I mean,
Right? They went through that Bambaataa shit themselves, and they the ones like the cycle never stops, bro.
it doesn't.
It takes a time at DMX to call out the bullshit, right? And show you that he's going through the shit and fighting it, right? But
DMX was like really vocal about his whole fight too, though.
Yep.
That was the difference between his fight and the rest of them. Like he's so vocal about this shit. So the last I really heard from him was he was on the Straight and Narrow working on that album. I think it was supposed to be running around with Swiss Beats type thing. You know what I mean? So, and this was, I don't know, was this right before the whole Corona and everything hit? Because how does coronavirus hit a person like DMX? Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody who needs to move around that cannot move around. And we know it's more so in his head than it's just like somebody who's just, I'm just tired. I just want to get out. We know DMX has to move. And the fact that he's not, like, how did that affect him? Like, so many factors that could have brought him back to where he is now.
Bro, it's that first dragon you always that fiend is always tracing, right? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what combination of drugs he was taking that he OD'd on. I don't know what the situation is that's in his head. All I know is that there's a lot, like one of my boys said, it's funny that a lot of people are praying for DMX right now. But we fucking knew he had a drug problem.
We did.
Where were the prayers before that?
DMX, I've been praying for DMX.
I mean,
DMX is like, before that? Every time you see DMX, you're like, wow. Either he looks good or he doesn't look good. But even if when he was looking fat, you're like, yo, he look good. Like he look fat. Like he look all right. You know?
Yeah.
But to this, like it's almost reminiscent of ODB when ODB came out of jail.
Yeah,
he was looking fat. He was looking good.
Yeah,
he was running around with a label making his next album.
Yeah,
he wasn't looking good.
He was
looking better than when he went in.
He was better than he went in.
I remember when they did that.
When they did what?
I don't know about that.
You said you remember when they did what?
I don't know. I didn't think he looked real. When he came out, they shot the whole doc of him coming out and everything, and like it was a bad look because like, it felt like they were just throwing him into like a situation he wasn't ready for, and all types of like he wasn't stable. That's for sure. Even when he came out, he wasn't stable. You could see it.
I don't know, like
mentally,
I'm not saying when it looked at him mentally,
you could tell he was.
But just looking at like body wise to when he went in, he was bigger. He was all right. Like you know that. Well, you hope that when he was in jail, he didn't have any access to the drugs, right? So the time that he spent, it helped him get clean. So I was hoping at that point, same way with DMX, hoping at this point, and here we are. This shit is.
Yeah,
and it's DMX, like it's crazy. Like DMX was like one of the. Think about it. He dropped
DMX never got mashed up, like if he really wasn't taken advantage of by like Def Jam and whatnot, he would have ran that game for a long time, bro.
Hold on, how do you get used by Def Jam? Because the man dropped like 6-7 albums.
Bro, they weren't promoting him the way that after the first 2 albums, they weren't pushing DMX the way they were pushing him before. If they kept pushing him the way they were pushing him before.
Of course not.
Right? He would have ran the game. Right? At a time where record sales actually meant something.
That was the point.
Right? Like,
could that be a lot of like hit the money that went to DMX got transitioned into Rough Riders as a label? And then after Rough Riders like fell up, because Rough Riders was through Def Jam, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It could be mismanagement of Rough Riders.
No, they were through DMX was through Def Jam.
Oh yeah.
They were on Interscope.
Sure.
Rough Riders
DMX
is
was on
Interscope.
Def Jam.
Oh, okay. So that's not one and the same at all.
They were on Interscope. Their deal as a label was with Interscope.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure which one. But yeah. And then when Jay-Z came through, then DMX was pissed as fuck too. So I don't know.
You can't stop who's on the label. Like, I'm sure LL was mad when X came in and X was the big thing on Def Jam, right? Like, LL's been Def Jam, right?
But artists I don't know. Like after DMX's third album, was to you musically, was he still that hot? Like, was his album still on par to the first, second, and third? What was the fourth album? Was it Grand Champ? I feel first album was fourth was Great Depression.
Pull that up.
And yeah, I should be doing all that. And then I feel like the third one was, and then there was X.
Pull that up right now. Hold on.
All right, so it's Dark, Hell is Hot, number 1. Flesh My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, number 2. Great Depression, number 3. Grand Champ, sorry. And then there was X is number 3. Great Depression, number 4. Grand Champ, number 5. So by the Great Depression,
you should have shared that screen. By the Great Depression.
You live and you learn. But yeah, so by the Great Depression, they weren't really pushing them. I mean, yeah, they weren't really pushing them.
No,
because they went dark this 1 year. Those were out.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and then there was X.
It makes sense though.
Was like the fall off.
Yeah, then there was X was a fall off for sure.
And then from there, they just never gave it back to him. But true say, like all the albums after that, myself, I never really got into either. It was mostly like a song here, song there, like the street songs, and then the mainstream songs. You know what I mean? Yeah. If it wasn't on a mixtape, it wasn't really something like I ran for. But yeah. Trace said the buzzer went off. And what's this shot to, sir?
I didn't want to do the A.
Why not?
Legacy, yeah.
Hey, Posito. But yeah. Sorry, I gotta wash my mouth after that.
So there's no update. The latest update you said.
You still chipping away at that Ray nephew?
No. I got a Crown Royal because I'm not doing that again.
You're not doing that again? I thought you were Jamaican.
Yeah, I am. Okay. So you know how that works. I will be doing it again. But I will still say I am not. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, we know.
But yeah, you were saying what you're looking up?
I'm looking up right now to see if there's any later news, but nothing's giving us any further details still. On the dog. Man.
Prayers for the dog, because
Dog Man X.
So this whole new album he was working on.
Yeah.
Were you guys waiting for it? Were you guys checking for it?
Yes.
And you Trace,
spit, bro.
Never take that from him. Then it like the emotion behind it too is like he actually means what he says.
I can't remember the last time I like listened to an X album from front to back.
That's true. You mean like a new one or just anyone?
Sat down and listened to an X album. I do want to. Anyone really, but I mean, like I want to see him do well. I want to see him put out a record. I want to see him hit big in 2021. but it's like it's tough seeing what he's going through right now and thinking about music, like, you know,
It's true.
just I'd rather DMX just get healthy and do something, and then.
But that was the whole thing. Like that was
You
the
know
whole
what I'm saying?
thing.
Like me
Like,
personally, like I've got the DMX albums that have impacted me.
Yo, like X was more busy when X was rapping on tour, acting. X was less destructive. When X had nothing to do, like Chester says, he has to move. When he has nothing to do, he's more physically destructive to himself than anything else. You know what I mean? Like,
shit. Idle hands are the tools of the devil. Like him for real. Like he sits still, he starts doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Start pulling people over and acting like he's the FBI. And then gets mad when they call him out for not being the FBI. And he gets disrespected, like, how you not gonna respect my badge?
Yeah, you're not gonna respect my authority. Like, and that's what it is. It's his authority, right? He needs that respect.
My authority.
But he needs the work. He needs the move. He needs to do something.
Yeah.
Right. So
he definitely does.
Was there, like, knowing that, do you think there was like a delay or a stall in the production of his album? The coronavirus.
That's what I mean. Like the virus like slowed him all the way down. Because he can't just even if he wants to go walk down to the store. Like my brother, like whenever he gets upset, he likes to go for a walk. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just a walk down the street. And maybe he'll go to a store, maybe cop something to drink.
Right.
You can't just do that. You know what I mean? Nowadays, if DMX wants to walk up, he just can't walk into place. Oh, especially if they're like, oh, you have to wear a mask. So now when he walks in there, they're like, you forgot your mask. So now there's a whole other argument with him. He's like, I just want to drink. I'm looking at the drinks right there. Just let me go over there. And they're like, nope, no mask. You got to go back out. And this man's like, what the fuck? Or cops see him walking like, it's a lockdown. You got to go inside. You got to stay inside. You know what I mean? So it's like, what does he do? And even traveling, if he's sitting there like, you know what, I'm doing music in Nebraska, but I want to go see my kids in New York. He couldn't just fly.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the whole shit changed. It hit a lot of people. Like when people talk about people like mental health through this whole coronavirus shit, that shit is real because a lot of the stuff they had access to or things they like to do, can't do.
Seniors have the routine. Everyone has a routine, but people with mental health problems need that routine to keep themselves sane and healthy. And you take that away from them, you're escalating a problem, right? And none of these people out here, so-called professionals, are trained to handle this properly or handling it properly at all, right? It's like you can't have a man who you know is depressed, you know is an addict, locked up in his house.
Can't. And he's not the only one. Like he's the biggest one. Can you imagine like how many just people?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, and please, I hope they don't go at the end like, oh, he died because of coronavirus. Like, yo, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Like there is a thing that says that during the overdose he had a heart attack. So that might also be a problem, a part of the complications.
No, man. Hope this guy makes it through because I got to get his Funko Pop. Like, they got to make his Funko Pop, and I got to have his Funko Pop. Like, I don't want those posthumous Funko Pops. I want that one, and he's got to have his dog beside him, too.
You got to make that one.
I think so. I'm going to have to put Boomer across his back. Right, Boomer across his back. Boomer. Once I did make Funko Pop, holler at me. I got to make that. Prayers up to DMX. You know, that'd probably be the easiest Funko Pop to make. Easiest. I don't gotta put hair on it.
No.
Would I put him in a wife beater?
You just gotta tat his back, put a wife beater. Not just that.
Not even a wife beater. Not even a wife beater.
Tat his back. You gotta put a chain around his neck.
Yep.
You gotta give him black pants, black pants, Timberlands,
and it's done.
And roof.
Tim's.
Put a dog beside him. That's it.
Yeah, Tim's. and a mustache. He doesn't have he has the whole thing, the goatee mustache.
Yeah.
So I'll give him that. Boom, done.
Yeah.
X is done. Like,
Yeah. Get at me, dog.
I'm gonna have to do that one to get at me, dog. Make it black and white. Don't even put it in what's it called. You know how so with WandaVision, when they made the Funko Pops, they made 2 versions that were black and white based off of the TV show. Because the TV show went black and white. So I can do it like that. Where it's like in the black and white of the actual Get At Me Dog video.
Yeah.
Thinking I'm out here. But yeah, I still gotta make I'm still waiting. I have like a good, I think about 10 to 15 of them coming in. So once I get that, then I can create the Shot Club ones.
Your addiction is ridiculous.
No, not these are the what's it called? The blank ones. The ones
I know. I stand by my statement. I said,
but it's not for me. These are for sale.
I said what I said, bro.
Anybody who wants a custom Funko Pop, it's $50 a pop.
Bro, I said what I said. Your addiction is ridiculous. But
yeah, man. That's why I turned to addiction into
or is
monetary.
Addiction have served them well?
Not yet.
It's working. You gotta monetize.
When this addiction turns into monetary gain, then I'll change my state. I'll change my state.
There it is.
But right now,
but that's the plan. That's what you got to do. It's like I could sit and just keep. Right now, all the pops I have are about worth like $3,000.
Your wall is wall is crazy wall.
It's not bad. It's decent. I've seen.
Do your custom?
I'm
crazy.
I am nothing compared to some people.
Do your custom Funko Pops come in a custom box?
Yes, I can make the box as well. I make the box. Yep.
You're going to give them a box?
If they need a box, I give them a box.
All right. This is the giving them a box. Give them a box, no?
Giving the people a box.
Give the people a box.
Give them a box.
At $50 a pop. At $50 a pop. Hey.
Imagine if you were really paying to get slapped.
The box side.
A lot of people do. No.
You know what? Yeah. You're right. They do.
A lot of people too get paid to get boxed up.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Talking about people needing to get boxed up. I know you guys probably don't follow this shit, but you guys remember the Catch Me Outside girl?
Yeah.
So she has turned 18.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
She has opened up. You know what every 18-year-old wants to do on their 18-year-old birthday.
Because their mama ain't beat her ass.
Well, she told her mom to catch her outside. Her mom didn't.
Her mom didn't catch her outside. Her mom lost that fight. So
her mom lost that fight. So
yeah,
little girl, she said, "Let me open up an OnlyFans." She opened up the OnlyFans, banked $1 million in just 6 hours. This says to me, a lot of guys are creeps. Because they waited for this little girl to turn 18 for them to buy her OnlyFans, more than likely hoping to see this girl naked.
Now, here's what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
What's your subscription amount? Because that tells you how many creeps there are.
Let me see. I don't think it says. So her
also, how do you verify? Like she said, she did $1 million in a day. Is that we just going off of that though? Is there any way?
No, Trace. We're not just going off of that.
Or say, hey, that really happened, or she just.
So she screenshot the subscriptions.
Okay.
757,000 tips, 500,000 messages. She gets paid for messages. $267,000.
Yeah, because that's something that they charge. Like again, OnlyFans is a platform that allows people to charge everything, right? So like imagine now, Shot Club page, right? Somebody wants us to do an event.
All my interactions.
Somebody wants us to do an event, or not even that. let's take my homegirl who got that message from Shensia. Don't know how that happened. I'm not going to speculate. But if there are other artists out there that charge for that service, right? So you got to pay them X amount. So you send them a message, they're going to say,
I think I know
this is
now.
how much for the thing, right?
You never heard of Cameo?
Who?
Cameo. All right, so it's a new app called Cameo. Celebrities are all on that, and you can pay them a certain amount of whatever they feel like they want to charge you for a personalized message.
Yeah, but here, OnlyFans, if like I'm telling you, there's services set up in a way that you want a picture, right?
Yeah.
You pay for it. You want a personal message from me, you pay for it.
You
want to chat with me for the night, you pay for it, right? You want a video chat, you pay for it, right? All these things you pay for, right? Nothing is you can either have it your service is free, or you can have it like free like Instagram, or you can pay for it. So imagine someone wants to chat to you on Instagram and they have to pay you to chat to them.
So her subscription price $23.99.
Right, and based on that screenshot that she posted, she had 76. How much?
767,000 plus people.
And divide that by $23.99.
Oh, David just wants to expose the number of guys. Let's just
not just guys, bro. It's not just guys and girls, right? Girls are just as creepy as guys are.
So about 31,500 people, approximately, signed up to the little girl. That shit is crazy. Like,
does she have an Instagram account?
Yeah, she has an Instagram, I believe. Yeah, everybody has Instagram. Let me see. Let's see. So Steve said, subscribe to his OnlyFans page for the finest Fat Greek experience. And please notice he did spell it PHAT. If you guys have ever watched Money Talks,
18.
No, you know what he's trying to say.
I was about to say showing his age with that.
Get him to the Greek, baby. Get him to the Greek.
But all right, so
dated.
She has about 593,000 followers on IG.
She's made more money from a quarter of her followers, right?
Than anybody else on IG.
Right.
I mean, on
even if she's an influencer on IG, she's made more money off of OnlyFans in a few hours than anything she will make on IG. Any influencer on IG needs to realize that they're wasting time on that platform. Like
OnlyFans is that lick right now because a lot of people believe OnlyFans has to do porn stuff now, but it's not.
It doesn't. No,
it's the new thing. Like, have you heard of Patreon? Because it's sort of like Patreon, but it's become more popular, pretty much.
You have people on OnlyFans that do yoga, do fitness tips, do whatever, and they're paying for that experience. So you want a one-on-one coaching session with this yoga instructor, you pay them for it, right? They're not going to get that from IG. They're not getting that from other platforms and YouTube and all these other services, right? Why not? Yo, I'm going to start my OnlyFans too. It's called Cooking with My Balls Out. Stay tuned. Yeah.
So will you be making matzo balls?
Yeah. Just
meatballs.
Just
chicken balls.
Kitchen, bro.
You gotta stay tuned for it, man. You gotta stay tuned for it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. I'm gonna have a table set up.
I think you're gonna have a specific demographic for that.
Just don't worry, the balls won't be on the counter. I'll have a separate table set up. Everything will be good. You'll be good. Just watch it, bro. Just watch it.
Yeah.
Before you put down your balls, make sure you spray.
Make sure you wipe down the counter after I'm done with the show, and you go in there. All right. Just watch out for that. All right. We don't want you to be in the kitchen right after. Okay. I'll put up by the stairs so you don't make a left or make a right into the kitchen.
No, this is all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
Have a song. Right?
I'm already spending too much on the dishes.
You get the sign that flashes that says recording in progress.
Yeah,
I'm already spending too much on the dishes.
Right. Recording in process. you know,
Recording
Cold-
it.
and I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
yo,
it on
that's
the
part
thing.
of it.
I'm gonna put it on a thing closed
I
set.
don't need
It's a
you.
closed set, so don't worry about it.
I don't need
It's
you
a closed
balls
set.
out in an open space at all.
What? It's cooking with my balls up, bro. What's the problem? Don't be a hater. Don't be that person.
Cooking with my balls out.
No.
Steve, don't take
No,
my idea.
no. It has nothing to do with hate, bro.
What's that have to do with that? What's the problem?
Your name has to
No,
be
thanks.
like Willie
It's
Lump
all you,
Lump.
bro. It's all
Willie
you.
Lump Lump?
Yeah, Willie Lump Lump.
Why would you even suggest a name like that? That's ridiculous. That's so weird.
Balls Mahoney.
I got it from Menace to Society, actually. I've remembered it ever since the first time I heard from Menace to Society. He said, "What I look like, Willie Lump Lump?" I was like,
Balls
"What?"
Mahoney.
Balls Mahoney.
Ooh,
Bauls.
that's bulls, bulls.
I'm not
They got-
saying it.
Well, you actually can't because
Just say
that's
they
a-
called me
that's a-
bulls.
it's a
You
wrestling
gotta
thing.
say it like that.
They
Casual
call me
Fan
balls.
Podcast,
They
Thursday,
called me
8:30
bulls.
p.m.
What happened?
I don't know. He's over here plugging casual fan again.
Oh, it sucks that I don't get why he freezes a lot.
I do.
It's like you guys can't stream at the same time.
He's
on the
saying
same
inappropriate
day.
shit. That's all. That's all he is. He's
No,
just
because
saying
he freezes and then like he's on a delay. I don't get his delay.
I don't understand how it's only him.
It's only him, always only him. He has this super delay. Hold on. I don't know if he's freezing or he's just not changing his smile.
Saving the best for last, baby.
I don't know if he's freezing or not changing his smile. This could be
Trace
a
has to
game
talk
for
with
him
his
now.
hand in his face like this. Do this, Trace. Every single time you talk, just do this. So we know you're not freezing. Go.
Go ahead.
No, he's just freezing a smile. That's Trace being Trace.
Watch his eyes if he blinks. If he blinks. I'm gonna just keep naming stuff so he has
Casual
to sit
Fan
there like a
Podcast,
statue.
Thursday, 8:30 p.m.
But yeah, so this whole OnlyFans, go back to OnlyFans.
Mhm.
That shit is like the new lick. Like it's the new thing to do.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's take this one shot. We'll get into that because, like you
Take a
brought up
shot.
earlier, like you brought up earlier,
To innovation.
OnlyFans connects
To
to
innovation.
NFTs, right? So we're gonna get into NFTs because I've been seeing a lot of people talking that shit too. Sorry, did you already take your shot, guy?
Who?
The other one,
Trace? Yeah, probably.
Who?
you. Oh,
did.
Like, what? All right. So, what's the shot to?
Trace had innovations.
Innovation.
All right. Shots up. But yeah. So with artists and everything using OnlyFans as the new thing,
Right.
another thing that you brought up, but I've also been seeing a hell of a lot that I even went on my way to look it up to see how it would work for an artist is NFTs.
Right.
So NFT is pretty much called what? A non-fugable token.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like Bitcoin. So what artists are doing, I don't know the way music artists are doing it yet, but like we'll say like
Music artists are starting.
painters and such and all that. It's pretty much digital. It's like the digital art market space. So you can own the original digital piece for prices. And as the artist, you get say you sell it for $20. Boom, you make your $20. Now say that reseller sells it for 10,000. You have a royalty percentage that you've already figured out. So say you get 10% of that, then you get 10% of that 10,000. And say that second owner takes it
And
and then sells it for 300,000. You still get your 10% off of that resale. So you have a continuous resale.
Yes.
You continuously make money
yes.
off of your art.
So it's like a Monet, right?
Yeah.
Yo.
Monet is worth how many
You know-
millions of dollars right now, right? Monet, if it was Monet or his family or whoever would have been making money off of that painting, would still be making money off of that painting from every place. right?
Every time. Yep. So
It protects
That is the
your
crazy
intellectual property.
That
And
is
your
the
creative
crazy thing.
Yeah. Here's a crazy thing.
crazy
The
thing.
crazy thing is the record labels are dying, and they artists just found a way to make royalties off the shit they make.
But
Off of
it's
their
the same-
own.
But it's the same thing for record labels. So say an artist now, right, was to say, I'm gonna sell my masters to somebody, right? Because they're in a pinch, they need that money. They
Right.
can still set the same standard with the NFT, right? I'm only gonna sell one song though. I'm gonna sell the master for this one song. I don't have to sell my whole catalog. I can sell this one song and still make my money, right? And keep making my royalties. But instead of getting that $1 per stream or whatever per sale, right? Royalties that they have with the bullshit record labels, they can take a 40%. They can take a 50% royalty, right?
Yeah.
There's some artists out there that are in a bind because they mishandled their money, management took advantage of them, accountants, this, blah, blah, blah. But end of the day, they can still now make that money back. Like there's DJs doing the same thing for their mixes. Here's my original mix. Right?
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, because that was my biggest thing is like, if I wanted to sell my album as an NFT,
Yeah.
can I sell it as one of 100? Know what I mean? So 100 copies of this one NFT, or does it have to be one album, one NFT, kind of like the Wu-Tang album that rich guy, Pharma guy
I
bought?
think it's one. I think it's
So
one.
it's like it becomes his, and it's up to him if they want to release the music, up to them if they want to share the music or anything like that.
Yeah.
So is it in that vein?
Mhm.
Because then that
I
changes.
think that's, from what I've been reading, I think that's the vein that it's in. Right?
So in music,
you're
it could be
selling an
different.
original piece. You're selling one item. You're selling one. Right?
Right.
That's what I think it is. I don't think it's anything more than that.
As an artist, I wonder if you can make it NFT that grant. Well, you could. It makes sense. The one NFT grant the person one custom song. One song. One custom song. And you sell that to them. They let you know what topic or whatever they want. One
And
song.
that's all good.
You put that song out. You send them their song. It's their song. Boom. If they choose to sell that song to somebody else afterwards, you're still going to make your royalties off of it. But it becomes a song that it's not really a part of your catalog. It wasn't a song that you were really like, shit, this has to go on my album. It more just makes you like a musician for hire.
They could be watering
In a way.
down your craft, though.
Yeah,
dope
it
to me.
would. It would.
That's dope to me.
It works because it's just like, if you're dope at your music, you know what I mean? If you're just dope, you're dope. You can just make. I remember in Hartford, I was listening to the radio. This is when Elephant Man was big. And you know how Elephant Man can make a song out of anything? Like anything or everything. So on the radio, they're like, Ellie, you can make a song out of anything and everything, it seems like. He's like, yeah. They're like, yeah, you know what? Let's put on a beat. So they drop the beat. So he's bopping to he's like, all right, so what you want this song about? And they said it's the radio. So they said something about being on the toilet or something. Bruh. When the man dropped his freestyle with the chorus, I said, Backside, he would have people cocked over taking a shit in the club. Like, yo, I said, yo, this man, he flowed it so well about being on the toilet that they would have made a dance called Pon the Toilet.
Power.
Pon the Toilet.
Power.
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, that is crazy. But it shows custom songs. You know what I mean? Like,
that's power.
When you're so good at it, you can just make songs. And if it's a song, like, at the same time, if it's a custom song for somebody, I don't think you'd put it on that level anymore where it's like, I don't know if it's a good song. I don't know if it's...
So let's take that back. Forget the custom song. How many times does an artist drop a freestyle, bro, and they don't get paid for it?
That
right?
too.
Even a free verse. So a freestyle in Canada, you're actually off the dome, and free verse in the States is a freestyle. So imagine you're on Hot 97 and you drop that free verse, right? You make that an NFT, right? You're on Power 107, you make that an NFT. So they might play that shit constantly, but you're making your royalties off of that. So your NFT for that interview, for that freestyle part, when they have their royalties that they pull off of YouTube, you're getting that too, right? Walk into the station, yeah, you're doing the freestyle, but
same way you're saying it, like
more streams, man. It's
you can sell verses that way. Like producers can sell beats that way.
I'm loving all this shit.
Especially, you know how bad that work, how big that works for the reggae culture.
Battles that way.
As a beat, because that beat has been used by 20, 40,000 artists, and literally thousands of artists have jumped on that rhythm.
Exactly.
Right? Everybody.
Literal royalties from every single person that's bought that NFT. Right?
Yeah. And a lot of artists will turn around and buy the NFT just to be able to use it.
Yep. You sell that NFT for X, like I'm gonna sell the NFT for $1,000 for this beat. I usually charge. Look at
the wheels turning. Look at the wheels turning. He's gonna have
imagine. I usually charge. If a producer usually charges $10,000
by the time this episode is
up. Yo, imagine if an artist. Imagine if a producer usually charges 10 grand for a rhythm, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these artists that are big, dirts, can't afford that. You know what I mean? They can't afford that budget. But the man turned around and said, "I'm gonna sell this NFT beat rhythm for $1,000."
Yeah.
All these mans are jumping on it in a heartbeat, and they're gonna eat that rhythm up. So the radio stations are going to be flooded with this man's rhythm on how many people's record, bro.
And that's like man, that's a lot. Because think about it, even as a producer, say I drop 10 beats. 10 beats, and like you said, $1,000 a beat. So boom, you get that one, you get that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the beats just move. They just move. And the more you move, I feel like it's totally different than say like BeatStars. I get some of my beats off of BeatStars. Because with BeatStars, the way that they work, it's like you gotta buy it through there. You know what I mean? But I know there's a beat on BeatStars that I could have ripped off of YouTube. You feel me? So they would have lost it anyway. But with an NFT, you can't rip an I'm not sure how you would, but you can't rip an NFT.
Nah, because it's coded.
So it's like, and because it's coded, it will always tell you who was the original owner. You know what I mean? So they can't say, no, I made it. No. It's pretty much copyrighted for you.
It's not that I get money 50 Cent beat fiasco. It's not that. You know what I mean?
Not at all. But what is this shot to?
All right, I'm gonna put a very random toast out too, because of this conversation, and because the last one was on innovation. I want to take this shot to Nipsey Hussle because he would have murdered shit right now with all this NFT shit. So this one,
he would have taken his NFT stuff.
His album.
He would have had a whole package for NFT. You know what I mean? He would have had a whole package.
He's kind of the blueprint for NFT.
Sometimes I think to myself, what if Pac was alive? I remember thinking, what if Pac was
revolutionary?
alive?
I didn't see Pac as that.
2004, when Koch. No, I just mean like I think about it every so often, just because of when you see major label artists go from being on a major label and then doing stuff independently and go into like a Koch or a Landspeed or J-Core, and then you see later on they utilize YouTube, they utilize SoundCloud. Like I often think someone who moved as fast as Tupac, how many of these things he would have utilized?
Tupac's mind to me.
You know what I'm saying? So when I think of like NFT, the first thing I think is, damn, Nipsey would have been all over this shit.
Nipsey is all over that for 100%. But Tupac is in this day and age, Tupac would have been that guy still in the street marching, and he would have been leading the way, right? He would have been protesting all this shit. You know what I mean? Like
Tupac was more artist than businessman.
He was revolutionary and artist. He wasn't a businessman. You know what I mean?
When it came to dropping albums, I don't think his whole plan was like, you know what, All Eyes on Me's got to be a double album, and this and this and this. He, like, from what we saw, the videos, the biographies, all that shit, documentaries, he was just that man. Like, put the beat on, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna rap, and you guys take care of the rest of the shit. Like, all I want to do is rap.
Yeah, because like he go in and spit out like five songs and leave the studio. Let Timbaland deal with it. Timbaland, you mix it. I'm not the fucking producer. I'm not the engineer. You mix it. You figure it out.
I can kind of see what Trace is saying in a posthumous way.
But isn't that part of playing your part though?
That's playing his part, but again, like right now, innovation wise, I don't see Pac being like, yo, take that NFT shit and whatever. I don't see that.
That's why I say that's more of a posthumous way. Like, now that he died and all that
why
music
not? How do you know?
Has
Pac was
music
into
that he still has.
Pac was into so many different things. He was.
I know that Pac was more
into a variety of things. So
if you put Pac and Nipsey together,
at least explore it.
No, if you put Pac and Nipsey together in the same room, right, and you ask somebody based on everything they know about both artists, which one's the businessman? Which one's the businessman? You got Pac and
Nipsey is. I say for Pac,
who's the businessman?
Pac NFTs would make sense after he died, and having all that shit that he left in music, art, poems, all that shit, and then you'd NFT those objects. But I don't know if Pac himself
was it a poetry book Pac made? His mom conceptualized that.
That's what I mean. But I mean,
that's not Pac. Pac didn't want a poetry book.
No, but I'm saying if I run the estate, I can turn around and say, you know what, this one poem is over here, and this one thing is over here.
But Trace, let's not go with what we don't know. Let's go with what we know. We know that Pac wasn't a businessman. We know that Pac was a revolutionary guy, and he's the one who's talked about going against the system, being against the grain, going against the grain. He's that guy. We know that.
But we also have to remember. You have to remember that the whole big rumor of the reason Pac got killed is because he was going to get into starting his own label. Noah's Dream or Jacob's Dream.
Right.
He was going to do a label. So he was going to get into his business shit.
Well, that's also the same rumor that they started at saying Biggie was going to leave Puffy and start a label and join Jay-Z and start a label. That's another rumor, right? So there's a lot of rumors.
I believe that because just because
Big started
as a side Undias and Entertainment. He helped
Big
with Entertainment with Cameron.
Entertainment with before he.
So I could see him and Junior Mafia. He made sure Junior Mafia was not signed to Bad Boy. If you notice, Junior Mafia, all his people were signed to his label with So Biggie was on his way of. It's not that he didn't hate Puff, but he was like, I see the business side, bro, and I'm gonna go do my own shit. Yeah, and so that's why there was also that theory of that's another reason why Big was killed, because Puff knew he was about to lose his money. Puff makes more money off Big alive than dead. I mean, dead than alive. So
I think with most artists, who have some level of success, eventually they're gonna see and understand the business because they're either gonna learn it one way in the system or they're gonna learn it outside of it. But if look how many guys just 2 albums, 3 albums. You know what? I'm starting to see why I'm not making the money. Let me go. Right. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the way Pac was just about to enter his own shit. Big had already had his own label. So to me, eventually these do have some pull and start to make moves. They're going to get the business. And it's a matter of when they can make a move outside of their situation that they're going to do that. That's why I think Pac would have been on let me go to J-Core because now I don't have to give up X amount to Suge. I don't have to give up X amount to Jimmy Iovine.
No.
So
do you see?
That's why I can
truthfully
see that. Not to say
as
that,
a main example,
something like that happened, but
I was saying as a main example, do you see Tupac in the position that Jay-Z is in right now?
No.
If you can't see that the same thing, then
No.
I see Tupac
not-
doing different shit.
I can see Tupac on a
Financially-
Nas level, like a Nas level where he's like, he might have a label on the side, like Nas has Mass Appeal, but he has this shit that he deals with. Like I can see Pac would be more ingrained with like
He was
he'd
also
have a
big into
connection.
movies,
He'd
so
have a
we never
connection
know
to
what we-
to Obama. He'd have a connection to like anyone that's like a political figure. He would have that connection. Like the whole Black Lives Matter. Pac would have been heavy in the Black Lives Matter.
Doubt it.
When
yeah.
you don't think I feel Pac would have been.
If Pac was around, Black Lives Matter wouldn't be a thing. It'd be a different movement.
But I just mean that movement. That I don't mean the movement of
it
like.
wouldn't be this watered down George Soros paid for bullshit.
Yeah,
It'd
not
be-
that side of it. I mean like. Not
be
the
something real.
organization, the actual movement of it of
Yeah, it'd be,
black
yeah,
people getting killed.
it'd be something real. Yeah,
If a black
And
man
it
gets
would-
killed,
it
you
would
know
have-
Pac would be
too.
one of the first people to talk about it.
yeah, it would have happened a long time ago too. It wouldn't have taken this long, right, for this movement to be blowing up. It would have happened a long time ago.
He
If
would have
Pac was
talked
still-
about it. He would have brought it up, like where, because he was bringing it up from time, like where's
Yeah.
our leaders type thing.
Yeah.
So he would have moved himself into that position. Do you know the whole Jacob's Dream thing?
Yeah,
The whole label. That shit, like that speaks exactly to me. I'm like that speaks exactly the direction he was going into, because the whole Jacob is the kid that he met that was like at Sick Kids or something, just one of those kids, and he had a conversation, and whatever the kid said to him, it hit him.
yeah,
So that label itself to him was this is Jacob's dream. This was this kid's dream for me type thing. So he would have been on that. He was always on that level. Like I want to help other people.
right.
So like you're saying, yeah, that shit would have been a long time coming. But I can see Biggie being closer to Jay-Z at this point, alive, than Tupac. Like a lot of like, I feel like Jay-Z's movements, he watched Big and he was like, oh, that makes sense. Because Jay wasn't under the same thing as Big, like Dame Dash, not under Dame Dash, but Dame Dash was the guy, like the label head, and then Diddy.
But I don't
So
think Dash was making a lot of the decisions. To be honest with you, between Dame, Big, and Jay, I don't think
No.
Dame was making.
I think Dame was the mouthpiece.
Yes.
Dame was the mouthpiece.
Dame was making a lot of the decisions. Dame would be in a lot bigger position than he is right now.
That's
He's
true.
really making those business decisions. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure he's integral in a lot of the movements, but I don't think he was as vital to because like Jay said, if you made me, make another one, right?
Make another
I don't
one.
think he was that vital into building the empire the way it was. I mean,
But I can say, yeah, he was vital based off of being a talker.
yeah,
The stuff that they couldn't do, and like, look at Biggs. I don't think I've heard his voice yet.
no,
You know what I mean? I don't think I've heard it. No, actually, yes, I've heard his voice since everything and all that. I think he did a Breakfast Club interview.
He
It's like
he did a really dope podcast with somebody.
I feel like he did Breakfast Club. He might
did a
have did
podcast
Drink
with
Champs as
someone,
well.
and he explained like his whole journey and everything.
But you look at it, Jay-Z himself. He's not
He
a
explained a
boisterous
lot.
guy as
Whatever
well.
one it was that he did, it was a good like probably hour or two, and he.
This man is his freeze. But yeah, so Jay, you can see not too talkative, and you can tell he doesn't really like to deal with people if he doesn't have to.
yep,
Biggs, total introvert. Like, dude, just seems like a super introvert. So Dame
Right.
Dash, yeah, Dame Dash to me was vital vocally. Like he
'Cause
was
he's
the guy. I can talk for
need
you
a
guys.
mouthpiece. You need a mouthpiece to do that, right? All right.
But yeah. All right,
Who's
so
this-
for the last shot, what does this do? This is for
What if? This is to what if.
what if this is the
What
future.
if Pac was alive? What if Biggie was alive? What if Nipsey never died? What if?
David's writing new music as we speak. You hear it. You just did the whole chorus. Let's see how you. Shots up. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
before we go, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add or promote or say?
Casual fans, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Casual fan pocket. Casual fan.
Listen, if you guys are already subscribed
Love Monday,
to
Tuesday,
our
Wednesday,
YouTube
Thursday,
page,
Friday,
if you already
Saturday.
subscribed to our
Yeah,
Facebook page,
love-
Y'all get ready to
you-
subscribe to our OnlyFans page.
yeah, the Shot Club OnlyFans page.
Coming soon.
I'll be making naked Funko Pops for you people.
Love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yo, as I say that as a joke, tell me that wouldn't be funny.
Love
No,
Sunday,
don't
Monday,
make it
Tuesday,
Funko Pop.
Wednesday, Thursday,
I can make-
Friday, Saturday.
A naked like a Cardi B Funko Pop, a naked Magnus Stallion, and just sell them like that. People would
Yeah,
be.
you can do that. You can do that. Do that one.
People are like so foolish and creepy. They would
Do that
actually
one.
buy
Do
it.
that
Like, yo, this shit is
Do that one.
hot.
Do that one.
Like,
You would.
nigga, it's
Do
a
it,
fucking
bro.
Funko Pop.
Do it. No, and just make one, bro, and sell and put a bidding on it. Just make them bid for it.
Do it.
Bid for it one time.
Make them bid for it. Because that
Naked
bid
Funko
Do
Pops.
it.
Do it. Make them bid for it. Do it. Because now Cardi B wants that back. She wants to buy it back from that person who bought it. Or
Make it an
buy-
NFT. I
Huh?
make it an NFT. So if you buy the NFT, you get the doll.
And you go, and then you get your royalty. You get
I get my royalty if they for them to
Bro,
sell it to
if
someone else.
If they don't want that Funko Pop out there, you're not getting no royalty off no NFT from Cardi B off of her image and likeness. Make the one. Make them
I
bid
make the
for it.
one. I don't have to say it's Cardi B.
Then they're not gonna buy it.
I just gotta say it's the Bodak version. It's the Bodak.
It's the
That's
Bodak.
the Bodak version. This
The
one over
Bodak
here.
version of what?
This is the Bodak. It's the Bodak Funko.
Just play the Bodak Funko. Okay.
It's a Bodak Funko.
It's the Bodak Funko. Okay.
Other one will be a stallion. She
Funko?
does not have the
Bodak
copyright on
Funko?
stallion. Does not have
You
the
said
copyright on
Bodak.
stallion.
You said Bodak.
Bodak.
There you go. The Bodak. I can call it the Bardi C. The Bardi C.
Who's that saying what?
So you see me.
Hold
Oh,
on, who's saying what?
Jericho say Maha Ako. I don't know. I can't tell you what that means. I don't speak that language, but it
Said
says say Mau Ako.
I wouldn't say it. I don't know what that means, bro. You just
I don't know.
there's
I know.
there's somebody in
Hey.
something. You just call down some evil
Hey.
spirit. I don't know what that means, bro.
Teach
I
us something.
haven't had
Teach us
anything to
something.
drink. I'm not saying that, huh?
Mr. Jericho. He
I've
made
had
me
some
say it.
drinking, I'm not saying.
He made me say I'm stinky. I am stinky. Ha ha. Couldn't you think of something better than I'm stinky? Could you make me say like I'm an asshole or like this is something? Okay,
You're a Funko.
I'm a Funko. I'm stinky. I'm I wish it was something better, guys. I wish he made me say something better, but he did not. So it goes.
And it's Japanese. It
We
is
will.
still
It's
Tell us how
Filipino.
to say shots up.
Filipino. So it's whatever.
Yeah, hold on. I want to figure out. How to say
Yo,
shots
that's
up in-
crazy.
Oh, okay. Shots up in
Yo.
Filipino. Pagbaril patas.
Hold on.
As soon as you said hold on, he freezes.
Yo,
Delay.
from when we first started to the end of this episode. From the first from first episode to today.
He's going back to
Philippines got our
the
back.
thing. Our Filipino fans
Yeah.
back in on our podcast live days,
Oh, the Pocket Live.
whatever that was.
Hey, we're back to Filipino. Pagbaril
Live.
patas. Pagbaril patas. Shots up.
Hey, man.
Shots up.
But yes,
Trish, you got to get your
I'm
freezing
taking
screen
one
fixed.
more before we go.
100%.
Shock the podcast.
Yeah, let's
like,
take one
share,
more.
comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Yeah, I'll do that.
Neil says, "What's up? Happy Easter." So big up, Neil. Happy Easter. We're taking our last shot. Yeah.
What up, Neil?
It is what it is. What it is. What it is. Oh, I was gonna join this guy take a shot, but I see that he already took it. Shots up. Leg up.
That's up.
Happy Easter. What up, Neil?
Happy Easter. Everybody be good. Just say no. Live your
All
life.
right. Make sure you follow us. Yo, it's Cheza. Make sure you follow David at Inspired by FC and the Frozen Trace at Saint Chew. BombBombShotClubPodcast.com. Bless up. Have a good night.
Yo, don't follow me nowhere.